Susan Wilson is considered one of the most powerful female entrepreneurs in the US, and on her Twitter profile she's also seen hiding behind a plant. She recently set up a Kickstarter campaign for her 9-year-old daughter, asking for $829 so she can go to an RPG game maker camp, supposedly to prove to her brothers that she could indeed make an RPG. After the Kickstarter started, a number of people began to question the Kickstarter's legitimacy. One of the main questions floating around was why one of the top 10 most powerful female entrepreneurs was asking for $800, but someone like Susan wouldn't exploit gullible feminists on Kickstarter for her own financial gain, though she did exploit Indiegogo by selling $40 iPhone cases, which are available on Amazon for about $16. All the other Kickstarters she tried to get funding for, which asked for $20,000 so she could turn some towels into capes. I'm not fucking joking. I'm just going to let that sink in for a second. People also began to criticize her website, fundher.com, a website where people would donate money in order to help women get jobs in various industries. Once people began to question whether the website was a scam or not, it was promptly replaced with this page. Kind of makes you ask the question, what is she hiding? As was expected, once people began to criticize her, internet journalists were standing by to show us that we were all wrong. As one article said proudly, people can spend their money however they want. That's the fundamental idea behind capitalism. Furthermore, people give their money in exchange for a product to rich people all the time. Because giving money to a known scammer so her daughter can go to a summer camp is completely the same as buying a Stephen King novel. The big difference between buying a Stephen King novel and supporting this Kickstarter is the fact that you're buying a Stephen King novel for its entertainment value. When it comes to this Kickstarter, most of the marketing leverage behind it is entirely based on the fact that she's 9 years old and female. Judging from most of the comments on the Kickstarter page, these are the main reasons why most of her backers funded her. When it comes to game making, I don't care what gender you are, but when you try and make your entire marketing strategy, buy this game because I'm female, you lose all credibility as a game developer, since you're exploiting your own gender as a marketing tactic, rather than exploiting what really counts, your talent and ability to make games. The same article from earlier also says, because it raised a lot more than intended, it's fairly clear that Wilson expected to raise a few bucks from family and friends, and pay for the rest herself, which explains why she spammed over 27 people on Twitter, with the intent to get support for her project, which is a violation of Kickstarter's rules. It's obvious she did this with the intent to make a lot more money than just $829. On the website Play for Real, Susan herself responded to an article about her Kickstarter scam. In this post, she tries to make herself look like the victim, this gullible cybermob that appears to enjoy spreading lies and trying to ruin a person's life over an $829 campaign, while very rich men raise millions of dollars on Kickstarter without question. It's absurd. Maybe the reason these men are getting lots of money on Kickstarter is because they actually have a project that's worth funding. She also later says, I have nothing to hide, which is blatantly a lie because she's been hiding all her content from one of her websites. What makes her comments even more funny is her reply to the article on Twitter. I mean, really. She fucking said, a scam. In closing, I would like to comment on the fact that lots of people have been saying my videos end abruptly.
Wilson! Wilson! I'm sorry! I'm sorry, Wilson! Wilson, I'm sorry! I'm sorry!